Hi, everybody. My name is Katherine Fry, and I'm the CEO and president of Mediafy Communications Group. And this is my podcast, Chat with Kat. We shine a light on local businesses. And the business that I am speaking with today is A. Barnes Fence. And I'm speaking specifically with Charlene Barnes, who is the office manager of A. Barnes Fence. Hi, Charlene.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm okay.
You look great.
Thank you. Thank you. How are you?
I know that I've known you now for, gosh, what's it been? Probably 3 years, I guess,
Yes,
or
ma'am.
so. Yeah, about 3 years. Okay. And I actually met you in the office because I remember you were sitting behind the desk and you were typing and you were working. I think you were putting out invoices. Yeah. Yeah. And you told me that you were also in school. Now you've been in school, what? Going to Chat State? Is that right? Is that where you've been going?
No, it was Persevere Now. It was a
Persevere Now. Okay.
yes. It was
All right.
online.
And that's where you learned to be a front end developer. Is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
right? Okay. All right. And have you completed that now?
Oh yes. I've done a paid internship with Buy-in Labs, and I'm
Oh,
gonna continue my education though and get a bachelor's in probably business
okay.
management, actually.
Well, knowing you, you'll probably go on and get your master's, your PhD. You'll be doing postgraduate work. You'll keep rolling, right?
That as well.
Okay, so all right, I know that you're in the fencing business, and so you got into the fencing business because of your husband, right? Because
Yes,
of
ma'am.
Kevin.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So that was kind of how you were introduced into the business because Kevin was born into the business, into the
Yes.
fencing business.
Yes. I was thrown into that business.
Yeah,
If I wanted to see
yeah.
him do that. So
Yeah, you were literally thrown into it. I know. Um, Now, what were the hardest early lessons of being in, part of A Barnes Fence and being in the fencing industry in general?
probably just getting to know the suppliers, because I've always been in customer service my whole life, and I'm like a chameleon. I'll adapt to any situation and fake it
Uh-huh.
till I make it, basically.
Yeah.
Act know what I'm talking about, but then that's but I catch on pretty easy. But I'd have to say, just knowing the suppliers and who to call or the measurements. That was number one thing was knowing the measurements and the prices because it
Hmm.
fluctuates, all the time too. But
Oh, yeah. 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 They do fluctuate a lot. So, in your humble opinion, what separates a great fence company from an average one?
what separates an average one from a great one? Actually, just the consistency, like the
Mhm.
loyalty. Like we have a lot of consistent customers, reoccurring customers, EPV, you know, um, Brian Academy, just
Mhm.
all the, major ones that when they call, we jump,
Yeah.
and just quality work really too. Cause anybody can
Mhm.
put up a fence, but is it going to last? There's,
Is it going to be a quality fence? I mean,
yeah,
often when I'm walking around, I'll see signs that say A Barnes Fence, like permanent signs on the fence. There
yeah,
and I've been walking this neighborhood for years, and I'll
yeah.
see it, and it's still there. These are long lasting fences.
Yeah, he opened it in 81, started in his mom's business basement. And he just went from there, and he has burnt up Chattanooga. Like I even tell people, I'm like, I drive around and it's everywhere.
Everywhere. They're
So
everywhere. And I remember Michael's mom. I remember her well.
yeah.
Um, so what trends are you seeing in residential versus commercial fencing or both? Like what trends are occurring?
There people are going towards the prefab, like
Ah,
the only thing we do prefab that comes in panels is aluminum or vinyl. Like a lot of people are getting the wood fences that are prefabbed. And
mhm.
yes, it's convenient. Yes, it's fast, but is it durable? Because we still stick build every board fence and when we do a privacy
Oh,
fence. Like
yeah.
we concrete every hole that we dig, and a lot of people just concrete the corners, or and then their fence falls down later on, or it's just
Hmm.
people cutting so many corners, and that's why we might be on the more higher side, but we have
Hmm.
the years of an experience that, and the dedication of, we want quality work. We're not going to put up something that we don't want. We wouldn't put in
Right.
our.
Because it's going to be there for years. People are going to see it literally for years. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've seen.
fences are your billboard.
Yeah, I've seen a fence that was like 30 years old that Mike and his dad had put up, and it just started getting like wear and tear on
Oh,
it.
wow.
You know,
Wow.
a lot, but that there are
Oh,
a
my
lot of
goodness.
factors come into that too.
Yeah. What's the biggest misconception that people have about fencing?
I'm not, but
I
that
mean,
it's
one thing,
cheap. Probably that
cheap,
it's
right?
cheap.
That it's
Yeah,
cheap. If they can get away with cutting corners,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
okay, but it's not.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, if you get what you pay for, really, and if you want to go with a lower price, I always tell them, we will price match, but if you want, there's sometimes people just cut their own throat just to get out
Hmm.
there. And I get it, it's a dog eat dog world.
So, what should a homeowner know before getting an estimate?
Um, if they have a license, if they're
Oh, yeah. If they
if they're
have a
cutting
license. Important.
insurance, because a lot of them don't, and they'll just pop it up and fly by night, and then call them back for the repair, and the phone's off. Like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, we've had a lot of people come to us after that, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry, but
Then you guys go in and clean up the mess that someone
yeah.
else made. Yeah. So I suppose the biggest mistake that people make when choosing a fence is just basing it off a price. I mean, are there other mistakes that people make when choosing a fence?
I mean, basically, probably not doing the research. I mean, like with anything, you have to research companies. Like if you when you buy a car or a tattoo, you just research their work and what they've,
Mhm.
But anybody can have a bad review too. It's did they fix it? Did they make it right? Did they come
Right.
back and it's still open? How long they've been open? Like, just do
Right.
your research. And
Honestly, I think that A Barnes Fence is probably the oldest fence company in Chattanooga. I don't know of any that are beyond 1981. I mean,
Brown's,
maybe there are.
yeah, Brown's
Oh,
Fence.
Brown. Yes, right, right. Yep, you're right. You're
They're,
right
they're the
about
only one that
that.
has
Yes.
us. Affordable was like right with us, but I think Mike might have helped with Affordable in the beginning or worked for them. I don't know, but they've shut down since
Yes.
then. They were the
Yeah.
only one that beat us, but Brown
Hmm. Okay.
definitely. I
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Brown fence. I had forgotten. They've been around a long time, since like the
think
1800s.
it's
I
like
think.
102 years or something.
Yeah, yeah. Um. So, wood, vinyl, aluminum, or chain link? Who should choose what?
Well, to be honest, and I'm always brutally honest with people, the vinyl fencing, yes, it's pretty. Yes, it's decorative. It's a good eyepiece, but it's not as durable as a wood fence or chain link. And you're going to pay the most money for a vinyl fence, 6 foot vinyl,
Mhm.
than you're going to pay for any of the other fences. And the first hard storm, it'll probably knock down, just
Oh
because
my God.
it's not us, it's the suppliers, it's just not that durable, but it's a beautiful
Mhm.
fence. So really, if you live in a flatter lands, that's good. But in Tennessee, I don't definitely really recommend that. And it's really
How
what
long?
you prefer.
How long should a quality fence last?
Our fences last at least 20 plus years. That's
Okay.
yeah, like
Okay.
if
So 20
when
plus years. My
yeah,
goodness.
chain link's gonna last way longer. Like wood, you start noticing deterioration around 20 plus, probably 25. And that's depending
Mhm.
on the atmosphere around it. Is it, shady, bright, get
Mhm.
wet a lot. But like I've said, I've seen some of our fences that is 30 something years old. And I'm like, holy cow,
Yeah.
we did this, it's
Yeah.
definitely my father-in-law,
I know the
he's
chain link fence that I walk by every day. I think that's been there since, well, the 80s. It's been there literally since the 80s, that long.
they go
So,
by color coded too. Like there's yellow, white, blue. red. I don't know if there's
Yeah.
red. There's all different colors.
So I know I've met your crews before. And I know that I've even spoken to them all before. And so how do you hire and train reliable crews?
Actually, it was really just all family based. And the people that come in, they already knew what they were doing. It's like Terry and Mike, they were brothers. They ran it. They only had we had loyal, employees that had been there
Mhm.
40 something years. And, so they just,
Mhm.
Mike was a beast back then.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
and we really haven't had any new people, but I am looking right now.
You're
I'm
looking.
definitely,
Okay. Okay. Well,
yes.
that's good. So to the general public, we're going to say A Barnes Fence is looking for people to be on their crew.
Mhm.
Yes. So Michael Barnes is the current owner. That's your father-in-law.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, and I know we've discussed how I met Michael back in, goodness, I want to say 2008. It's been a long time. And I
Yeah.
met his wife, Renee. I met his mom. What was his mother's name?
DA, I think, or yeah, I think it was DA, or
Yeah,
that might be sad. I can't. My brain's been a little off here lately, but
I remember meeting her, and I knew Renee, and Renee had that children's store
yeah.
that where she sold the toys, the baby toys. Yes. So yeah, I know they've been around a long time. So everyone, they are hiring. A Barnes Fence is hiring. Now I know we touched upon this before. What makes customer service critical in this industry?
Well, like with any industry, really, one bad review is going to be go. You can
Yeah.
have great service over and over and over, but you have that one bad service, and they're going to blast you all over. Like,
Yeah.
and we've had some crews in there and we've had some people that came through and that didn't follow through with certain things. And, so, but that's life. It does happen. It's,
Mhm.
but one, it just,
Yeah. But like you said, if you get a bad review, just make it right and then go in there and
yes,
respond with how it was made right. And I know
yes.
lots of times when people post a bad review, they're looking for some sort of resolution. So
Hmm.
sometimes they'll even change it. But some people are just problem oriented and nothing you do will ever satisfy them.
So yeah,
So
that one bad review is going to go, they're going to tell 50 people, but the five good that they had prior, it's just the way people are
the way,
nowadays.
yeah.
The way the world is.
So that kind of leads to my next question. How do you handle difficult clients? How do you handle project delays? Because a
um,
project delay would probably lead to a difficult client, I
yeah,
suppose.
I'm brutally honest. I am brutally
Yeah,
honest. Like if it's, I mean, most of the time it ain't my fault. I'm going to say
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But like I will, it's the supplier, it's it's this, or I'm just honest with them and I keep them updated, and I try to,
Mhm,
people when they feel neglected, that's when they get, when anybody feels neglected, that's when our feelings get hurt. And
mhm.
you can't neglect your clients. You can't, just keep them in line, in the loop, and they'll be all right.
Well,
So
as they say, communication solves all things. Just communicate. Yeah.
yeah.
So we're in this age now of technology and AI, and I know all industries are being affected. What role do
I'm
you
sorry.
think technology? What role does technology play in your business today?
Really, all we do is in technology is the media five, you guys, because my father-in-law is so old school that
Mhm.
like we still handwrite all of our invoices, like he
Mhm.
just
Okay.
never evolved with the time. But I'm in technology, and I'm
Yeah,
all like,
you're a developer. I mean, you
yeah,
know how to build websites. Yeah.
yeah. And I'm like, Mike, I can do this, we can do this, and I could get it, even more. But he's at a crossing stages in his life where, he just
He's
circumstances that
probably getting ready to retire at some point. I
yeah,
mean,
he
no one.
is retired. Mike is retired, and he's been
Yeah.
retired, but that's why Kevin was running it. And
Yeah. I still see Mike out there though. I mean, He-
Yeah, but yeah. He comes every Friday.
every Friday he's there. So
Definitely collecting some money.
that's right.
Yeah.
So, how do weather and seasonality affect operations?
They would for any newcomers, but of course it gets slower in the winter. It slows
Mm.
down. But like I said, we have the dedicated customers, like the main, EPB substations, that one, we just have people that call us no matter what. So
Mhm,
ours don't
mhm,
slow down extremely, but it does slow down. And, ever
mhm.
since COVID, that put a little damper on it, but
I think that put a damper on everybody.
yeah,
Yeah, like literally
it's
the whole
never been,
country, the
it's
whole
never,
world. Yeah.
but, I mean, rain, of course you can't really, they'll work in the rain actually, as long as it's not lightning. So
That would be bad. Yeah,
yeah,
we can't have the guys getting struck by lightning.
yeah,
Um,
definitely not.
what are you most excited about in the fencing industry?
That's a hard question to answer.
I'll tell you. I mean, I think it's exciting to think of your future role in the business. I mean, there's a lot. You're probably going to be stepping up and doing more. I
Yeah,
perhaps.
there's potential. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's kind of like the sky is the limit with anything. Like I can push it like, you know, nothing if that's, my main focus, and I've just been kind
Mhm.
of,
You
some
could
of the
push it into the stratosphere. You know you
yeah.
could.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just
and Mike that like he used to revenue multiple millions of dollars a year,
yeah.
and but pushed it like, you know, people push their clothing line.
Mhm.
Like you just have to have
Yeah.
and the potential for a bigger opportunity in my life of running my own complete having my own business, that is the
That's a thing
probably
too.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um, if listeners remember one thing about A Barnes Fence, what should it be?
uh if they remember one thing about A Barnes fence, what should it be? That hold on. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That we are hard workers. That
Yes, we certainly are.
please hold on, Gavin. But that yeah, that just that we've been, we're dedicated in that.
Hardworking and high quality fences, I would say.
Yes.
Very high quality, very
Yes.
long lasting, durable fences that
Yes.
literally last, in some cases, a lifetime. A
Yes.
lifetime. I mean,
Definitely.
yes. Okay. Um, before we touch on the next issue, I want to tell us a little bit about your future plans. I mean, with your web, I know that you're a developer, so just tell me a little bit about that.
I mean, I'm just gonna go forward to be a full stack developer, or well, like
Mhm.
my bachelor's in business, but I'm wanting to get into other stuff. I'm really just up in the air right now, like with the company, because
Yeah.
my father-in-law, he is selling the company. So, like
Okay. So the company is for
he's,
sale. Okay. So
yes,
that's
it
important for
is the
people to
best
know.
deal, but
All
I'm
right.
just gonna run it right now, like the best I can run anything, and bring him in as much as I can while he's still here, and
Yes. Okay. So
who
then
knows?
let's pivot to the next topic because I see we're going to run low on time. All right. Um, so your late husband Kevin, when did he come into the business?
He was born in it. So
Yes, he was born into it.
yeah.
I know I met him maybe 3.5 years ago. Was that when I first when he
Yeah,
first got?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And he was like, because I was like, hey, this is the Mediafy lady. But
Yeah. Yeah. And now, what would you
hmm,
want people to know about Kevin?
that he was a hard worker. Kevin was he helped anybody he could help. Like I've bought him brand new shoes and brand new Jordans for Christmas, and he would come home with no shoes on. You know, People shouldn't believe the media. unless they really knew Kevin. Kevin was an amazing person.
I know it was. Yes. I always tell everyone when I met him and he told me what a good job I was doing and he made me feel so good about myself and my life. And I came back to the office and I said, that is a good man. He made me feel so good about myself. I almost started crying. And then I remember
Yeah,
Mike told me that he brought how many people to Jesus? How many
two,
people was it?
298.
200, yes. So can you tell us what happened that night or what you know about what happened that night?
Um, what happened that night is, oh my God, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Um,
Sorry.
it's okay. What happened that night is, he was following me home. I mean, I really don't know what happened afterwards, but supposedly he met somebody at that, at a place, and something proceeded by then. And then I had TBI at my door. I mean, I don't know how much you want me to get into it, but, he was shot by Chattanooga Police Department 6 times, and we have still not to this day has anybody told us how many times he was shot by the police department. We had to find out by the
I saw
funeral
in the
lady.
news 6 times. He was shot 6 times,
They shot
which
eight times, but
8
six of
times.
them hit him, and they were all kill shots. All of them from the left side of his body, going upwards. I mean, I've done a lot of detective work. I mean, I'm a beast when it comes to detective work, and he was unarmed. I mean, he wasn't. They tased him 5 times prior to shooting him. Yeah, they pulled one taser from his head, and
Oh,
and then I mean, I don't think people realize that when you get tased like that, you tense up. So if he was in a driving, you're tense. You drive, you take off. Like they were
right.
tasing into the vehicle, and they shot into the vehicle, moving vehicle at that. And I mean, and unfortunately, my husband was in the wrong. He was probably in the wrong. I don't know. Nobody knows because they're trying to charge me $3,000 for the body camera footage.
Oh my gosh. They want to
Yeah,
charge you for the body camera footage.
yeah, to
Wow.
have access to it, three thousand
Oh
dollars,
my gosh.
3,000 and something dollars. Yeah,
Do
knowing
you
I
feel
can't
like
pay.
you're getting straight answers from the authorities regarding what happened?
No, nobody's answered any of my questions. Nobody's answered. Everything that I know is what I have digged up and found, and just been dedicated and pushed. And I mean, this is a homicide. Like there
Mhm.
should not be no discrepancies. There should not be no typos. Like I don't understand. They don't even follow their own law books or like their
Right.
own. I've downloaded every Chattanooga PD manual possible, all their audits. I mean, I'm on it. Like,
Yeah, you're on
and,
it. Yeah.
and you don't like, they don't follow. I mean, I know we need police in this world, and I respect all officers. I respect all officers out there, but there should be different steps to pulling out their guns and just taking a life because he's never coming back. He was
No.
44 years old, an only child.
And a leader in this community, a business owner.
Yes,
I mean,
definitely. And his potential was so high.
limitless. Yeah, it was
Yes, and
limitless. Yeah.
limitless. And we all make mistakes as humans. And if get us help, get us help.
Yeah.
Don't kill us
Right.
off because
Right.
that was an only child, and
Hmm.
my only husband, my first husband, my
Yeah.
last husband.
What questions do you still have?
I have a lot of questions. I mean, we don't, even his mother, I mean, we don't know why or what happened. Like, what happened to make you kill, why he was unarmed. Yes, he was wrong, but why do they automatically go to shooting somebody?
Right.
As
Right.
Kevin, the body camera footage that they did show, I had one of our workers, Brody Murr, watch it because I can't watch it, and
Right.
they fast forward through some of it, but Kevin has no weapon. He's not aggressive towards the officers at all. He's
Mhm.
just backs the vehicle up. The officers try to yank him out the truck after they've tased him 5 times. And then he drops it down and drive, which therefore the officer's not in danger. Another officer shoots him.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
on the dispatch, all you hear is 3 shots fired. There's never nothing else explained about, because I was on Broadcastify that night. I
Mhm.
knew something happened to my husband. I mean, he
Yeah.
was my soul. We were kindled spirits, and
Yeah.
we were wild, but at times, but I knew when something happened. And
Mhm.
I think that just people, we need law, like I said, but there should be disciplinary acts for certain things. This is a life that is never coming back. It's
Right.
over.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people just move on. But what about the people that are left here picking up the pieces
Yeah.
that don't know anything, and they won't even get
Right.
an apology, won't get nothing? You're just going to try to inflate prices and to where like
So you can't even get the footage of what happened.
no. And it's like, and when I ask, what about the ring camera footage? What about his clothing? What about this? Because nothing makes sense. Every report is different.
Mhm.
Oh, and General Cody Womp tells me that, well, this is what I wanted to show you guys because this is the best stuff.
Mhm.
What? Okay.
How has this affected your family, you and your family?
I mean, it's devastating, like Mike is not, like nobody will ever be the same, and nobody will ever be okay again. Yeah, we might put a smile on our face and walk because we have to continue, but I mean, it's devastated a lot of lives, and a lot of lives are shattered
Yeah.
because of a mistake that he made, and he didn't deserve to die. So,
Charlene, I'm really, really sorry for your loss. And I want to thank you today for coming on Chat with Kat and talking about A Barnes Fence and talking about Kevin. And this is Katherine Fry, CEO of Mediafy. And this is Charlene Barnes, who I interviewed today, and she's the office manager of A Barnes Fence. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. And I will see you again in 2 weeks on Chat with Kat. Have a great evening.